Hi everyone, it's Milena from Bumper Leads and I'm here with Jovana at Bumper Leads. She's our head honcho at Bumper Leads, marketing automation agency. Hi everyone, this is our first
Hi.
Woohoo! We are here today to talk about rebranding and why having a brand is really important for a business. And I know at Bumper Leads, since I started working at Bumper Leads, we have gone through the rebranding process a couple of times. And who has the most experience here is Jovana. Jovana has the most experience with going through rebrand and talking to agencies and giving the requirements of what the business is about and what we need for our brand to say and all that. So I'd like to kind of hand it over to Jovana to tell us a little bit about Bumper Leads, but also to tell us the brand of Bumper Leads as well.
Thanks, Milena. Now, I haven't, I've been publishing a few episodes and then I stopped. This was now a couple of months ago. And the reason being is that I've decided personally that Bumper Leads as is now wasn't really fulfilling my vision. And I wanted to go through a different direction. I wanted to have a better point of difference. And I think branding is essential to achieving that. So what we've done is we've engaged an agency to help us. So we hired someone externally. We've tried it ourselves in the past. And, and I've seen this with a lot of our clients. We come across clients who use people from, Fiverr to all individual graphic designers, and they think they'll get that whole brand experience. And what you get is really just something that you've conjured up in your mind that wasn't actually congruent with the external market, for example, your customers, and how you want to be perceived by your customers. And so you try all these bits and pieces and you try to have this fragmented approach to marketing. And once you bring it together, it becomes a bit of a hot mess, I'd say. And so what we have with Bumper Leads currently, if you go on bumperleads.com website, and if you've been listening to us and you know what the colors are, my vision back then was I wanted to be so different and wanted to be perceived as somebody who doesn't, give a crap. We wanted to be fun and playful, and we didn't want to take ourselves seriously. So we wanted to use colors that are so not typical of a tech company or a marketing company. And so this is what the product looks like. We have a lot of baby blues and baby pinks. And then we have these heavy navy colors. And so what we found is that it's very inconsistent, and the perception out there wasn't that we were this really great big marketing, like the marketing automation piece that we do and the strategy piece that we do. We weren't perceived as strategic or transformational, and that's exactly what we give customers, this whole transformational experience. And when I started obviously the business, my whole vision was to help companies fall in love with their business again. And so we ended up going down the process of hiring an external agency, someone who can, who has the expertise in knowing this. And we actually ended up going with Tiny Hunter, and we highly recommend Tiny Hunter. Some great ladies that run it, Emma, Jody, and Joe. And they have a great definition for what branding means. And I'm going to read this out. And so their definition of branding is the process of differentiation. To be truly influential, a brand must be unique and memorable. It must have clarity and focus. And most importantly, it must connect with its audience through both heart and mind. And so that was something that really resonated with us, because we have these values in business and we haven't been able to let them, shine through our branding. And so they've helped us through this process. And we included all of us. Milena, you were part of the whole process, and it was such a fun experience to actually stand out and look at your business objectively and have somebody with expertise tell you and guide you like a compass to a obvious solution that was really staring us right in the face.
Yeah,
And so that was the exciting part, is being, going through that whole process and now piecing the puzzle. And now we have this brand identity that we are so excited to launch and tell the world about. We just haven't got the actual physical documents, and we haven't been able to transition yet. But I think by end of November, we will have everything ready and go live, really, with a new look and feel. But we're so excited. We're so excited.
Yeah, the whole rebranding process is really exciting. It is like buying a new pair of shoes. That's how I feel. Like you get really excited to show them off.
Yes.
And yeah, as you said, the colors we currently have at the moment do not represent what we stand for, our values, and the way we do business. Like, for example, baby blues and baby pinks that we know now don't necessarily equate to a marketing technology company. And I just want to ask if you do remember when you started out Bumper Leads, and this is probably how most of businesses start out. You mentioned Fiverr and you mentioned this fragmented approach to building a brand. Like brand, when you started out, did you really think Bumper Leads would become what it is today?
Oh, no. No, I actually wanted just to, I think, get 5 or 10 customers and then just be on the road traveling and become more like a freelancer.
Mm.
And that is a very small-minded kind of thinking that was preventing me from seeing the bigger picture. And after, investing in over maybe 150,000 now in mentors and coaches, I was like, why shouldn't I, go and think bigger? What would, I wouldn't say, a business coach once said, Jovana, what would Trump say to you, having your cash flow type of business? What would Trump say? I'm like, I know that Trump is a bit controversial now, but he's a billionaire, and so what would he say? He has a better life. I thought to myself, you know what? He actually has a better life than I do. So maybe we need to do something that is a bit more bigger than just me.
Yes, definitely. And I do remember now going through the rebrand process with you. So I do remember when Bumper Lead started out, how it was so basic in terms of branding, or it was not so clear, I guess. And you had to find your direction, what you do, what your niche is, I guess. But now going through this rebranding process again, with Bumper Leads, we spent like 4 hours with the marketing agency, with the branding agency. And just want to say the whole experience was like, you feel like you're this big business. You feel like so important, I guess. Talking about your business. And as you said, look at it objectively from the outside. It definitely got me really excited about, about working at Bumper Leads. And that's another thing I was going to say. It made us fall in love with our business again.
Yes.
It really is. Like, we are really excited. We can't wait to share this new look and feel of Bumper Leads, the new colors, the new logo. I think it just speaks volumes when you see this the new branding.
And it's also a good time, like for us, timing wise. I know that it's unfortunate with the COVID, situation and a lot of businesses being impacted, but it's a really, really good time to look at your marketing, your branding, your positioning, and just invest some time in working on the business. Even if you are not really busy with clients, you can be busy working on the business. And just reflecting and reviewing what is working, what's not working. And for us, that was branding. And it was all about talking to the right customers, attracting the right customers, having a point of difference. And that point of difference, because the space is getting competitive. So in order to stand out from the competition, that branding helps you do that, branding. And, it becomes an asset. Branding is an asset. People tend to forget. It's not just a colorful logo that you can trademark, but it's also that whole fabric of your business, the customers, that feeling that you can't define, and the values that you have, the code that you operate as a company, how you're perceived. It's really it's a system in itself.
Yes.
And that is a unique selling proposition to your marketplace.
Yes, and I've just realized we've also involved our customers in helping us with our taglines and stuff. Do you
Yes.
remember we did? Yeah. So that was an interesting exercise to know how your customers perceive you, what they think you actually do. Because that was kind of a realization to us that, we are known as, I don't know, active campaign experts, or we are known as marketing strategists, but we are actually branding to be specializing in marketing automation. So yeah, that was a very interesting exercise to go through all of that.
Yeah, I agree.
So I think that is it. Is there anything else you'd like to add about branding and rebranding?
We are also launching.
Yeah, sorry, keep going.
We are also doing this YouTube. We're going to publish this on YouTube so people can see us on YouTube, or we'll also be on the podcast. And I wanted to show you this brand equity summary. This is what we got in the end, which is not to be shared publicly, but your whole essence of the brand can just sit on one piece of paper like this, and it becomes your internal compass, your blueprint. And you share this with your employees. It becomes your guiding compass in making those decisions around the business, telling people who you are, what you do. It really is something that if I had the opportunity to do this again for another business, because we want to start more businesses and be involved in other businesses and other ventures, then branding is really, I would invest, whatever that is. Whatever the cost, I would invest in this branding. I would invest in hiring an agency to help you define and help you differentiate yourself, because it is truly a unique experience.
Definitely. And I remember when we started out, we were quite simple in the way we were thinking, right, with branding. We didn't invest. I was going to say we didn't invest so much, and I was going to also say before, some people don't think it's really important to think about branding as much, but now you've touched on it, that it helps with, it's an asset, basically. It's another value.
Yeah. If you were starting, let's say you were a startup, you had an app or whatever, you could be in a SaaS business, because that's now the flavor of the month, people creating different apps and technologies, and you want to go and pitch to an investor. If you go with something that is being constructed on your Word document, and you don't have any business values, you don't have mission and vision and all these other things that the foundations of running your business and the company, who you are, your identity, I don't think investors will pay much attention. They won't see the value that you have.
Yeah. It's like your why. Like, what's your why in business?
Yeah, what's your why in business? And that's what a lot of people quote Simon Sinek. Customers don't buy what you do, they buy why you do it. Correct. So it's very important to know the why.
Yeah, correct. I think that's all I was going to basically cover today. And another point is that we're not really creative people. We are more like technical people. And it's a really good idea to hire an agency or hire a professional to help with branding if you're a small business.
Exactly. I always believe that design, I always say this to our clients as well, design increases value, and value increases profits. And so, yes, design is important, and how much you put in the design is not branding though. Like branding is still the fabric, this internal, hidden, intangible type of framework that you need in your business to guide you.
Before you
And then
design, I guess.
before you design, yeah, a lot of people go and just design.
Yes.
And so and it's also easy for somebody to look at somebody's, I don't know, website or business card, and they judge this card based on something or their perception. So I think, yeah, that's just what came to mind now, is because design is so important. Branding is important. Let's not neglect that. And we've learned our lesson.
Yeah.
Use this opportunity to learn our lessons.
And from us.
Yeah, yes. And I think with our clients that we see a lot coming into contact with us, they all need, that some of the things they struggle with, how do I attract my ideal customer? Well, that's a branding question. And that's how it starts. So I would be Googling branding strategy, marketing branding strategy, and you'll find your answer.
That's good. It's also not just colors, it's the voice of
The voice.
Yeah, the brand has its voice. Like, how do you want to be perceived, as you mentioned already in the market?
The next thing we have to do, which we haven't been doing,
Yes.
well, we haven't done to date, and it's now difficult with COVID because we are based in Melbourne, but photography, getting professional photography of us, we need to be, again, that was part of the branding concepts, and how you should, where you should be on the website, or what you should be wearing, all of those things. Photographers can help once you have the brand identity can help photographer make those decisions if you are doing any type of imagery for your branding assets, which is what we actually committed to doing. And then obviously the borders are shut. So in Australia, Milena is located in South Australia, and she has all the freedoms. But we are in Melbourne, so no state has opened any borders with us. So we can't travel, we can't move, no one can come in, no one can go out. So for us, that's been challenging, and this is why it's kind of delaying this process of going live. So you know what, we made the decision, will probably be imperfect. It's not going to be super perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, it's making it difficult on team members. Like, if you want to have a team photo, that's not going to happen anytime soon.
Yes.
That's it. But yeah, that was an interesting conversation. I just wanted to kind of cover with everyone listening, what's it like going through a rebrand? And if you've been thinking about rebranding, are you afraid of rebranding? Are you afraid to change your identity? Are you afraid to change the look and feel of your website, your social media, and so on? Like, it's quite an interesting experience to go through. And it can be exciting, and it can be frightening for some people, not for us. But we are very, very excited, and we just wanted to take everyone on this journey. Have a look at our website, bumperleads.com. Have a look at our social media. At the moment, it's not something that it's I guess
proud of.
not something we're proud of at the moment, but as soon as the rebranding process is completed, we're just in the middle of it, you will see what the difference is, basically.
Yeah, and I think I would just add, once we go live, we should definitely invite Tiny Hunter to come on the show and explain to our listeners what their, secret is, how they do, and how they transform these brands. What's important.
Great idea. Yep, it's a great idea. Awesome.
Cool.
Well,
Sounds
thanks
awesome.
for watching. Thanks for watching,
Thanks for listening.
We are twins, so we tend to talk at the same time.
We definitely sound the same.
That's right.
All right. Take it easy, Milena.
Thank you. Talk later. Bye.